Andre Drummond, pound for pound, one of the toughest players in the game, a monster in the post. Guys, is he the most physically punishing player in the league, Shaq?
Yes, the amount of space he takes up in the middle is impressive. He shrugs off all sorts of contact inside.
Well, he's got a blend of size and explosiveness, which is kind of unique. I haven't really seen a big man ever with size and explosiveness ever.
I can't really recall anybody either, Kenny. It's an excellent point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm racking my brain going back years and years and years in this league, and I can't think of a guy who is as physically punishing and intimidating just when you look at it.
And you think about it. You could look around, there's pictures of players all in this room, and I still can't see anyone who has that kind of culture.
What? Whoa. What?
Take it back to Kevin, Ernie.
Okay.
Oh, Shaq was pretty imposing.
No, don't say it now. It's too late.
That's
It's too late. I don't want to hear it.
Right behind Andre Drummond. You got my vote.
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from the Motor City as the Pistons take it to the hardwood at Little Caesars Arena. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. Last outing for Minnesota, they won that game against the Indiana Pacers. And they put it all together in that game. It added up to a phenomenal win.
And in that one, it was all about
And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work. But I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
And you can't have that. Winning teams may have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for Minnesota, Gibson is the four with Towns in the middle. Butler teamed with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Teague in at the point guard. Harris kicks to Drummond. It's rebounded by Towns. Pistons on defense. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
Drummond with it. Now guarded by Towns. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Teague against Smith. Here's Towns. Another miss by Minnesota.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
Bradley, an easy 2 points on the layup. Bradley's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Pistons. Out by Teague. The feed now Towns. And Towns will get on the assist by Teague.
Boy, the defense well, makes a nice adjustment. Very good.
It's Bradley on the wing to the paint. Here's Lillard. That shot, no good. Great that time, Gibson. And now, we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Tom Thibodeau. D.A.?
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Difficult to stop inside. Harris with the excellent feel and touch around the basket.
He kicks to Butler. Pass to Wiggins. Gibson with the screen on Harris. Shoots off the screen. Out is high off the rim and drops. Wiggins gets his first points of the game.
Taj Gibson, a 30-word player. Clearing space with screen.
And here in first time, Drummond right out. Is missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on to get your 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep it a rhythm.
Nice shot.
That hands to the Smith. Picks it clean, sends it the other way. Nice job.
Here's the speed. Pass to Gibson. Drummond, 11 feet away. It's sent back by Drummond. The 3 up on the fast break. Bradley gets for 2. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
This is one of those times where the coach got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know if he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Got to ill-advised shot.
Teague for 3. Doesn't go that time. And Detroit gathering. This is their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And their conference matchup, they faced these guys twice this season, and last year they took both games.
Here's Drummond, and that one drops. You know, Stephen, I think of Stan Van Gundy, I think of versatile, because we all know he's the head coach of the Detroit Pistons, but he's in charge of all their personnel moves, too. This guy's got a lot on his plate.
Yeah, he does. I mean, when you start to look at it, he's wearing 2 hats. One, he's doing a good job in running organization from a management standpoint, and also from a coaching standpoint. So far, so good for Stan.
The Pistons have gone 50% from the field at this point. 4 of 8. Right wing. Here's Lillard. No good on time. The Timberwolves. For the ball. Outguarded by Brad. Downs. Let's go with the 3. Downs by Downs. And well, Troy shooting at 54% early going here. And it is just a drum. And Drummond puts it down.
Avery looking with the ball in his hands, making decisions.
And look at it.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. That is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to throw an alley-oop from that kind of distance.
And then to dunk it with authority. Wow. It was the first time, but under Armstrong's replay, a tremendous alley again. Another unleashed catch moment. And finish off by Lou.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
He does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the fishing of one quick slam after another.
He never gives up on any shot. He's always battling it. He's one of the best at that position.
Back to Teague. Outside Gibson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wiggins from outside. Again, Wiggins missing. Wiggins again. It's rebound by Teague. Timberwolves trail by 4. Butler in the corner. Goes on the screen. That's a go 3. And Jeff Teague, good for 3.
Beautiful ball movement by Jimmy Butler. 2 yards up the guys.
And now first half 44 points. And Jeff Teague coming over to the Timberwolves. He breaks. He was the perfect fit.
You know, it seemed for a while the Wolves had wanted to kind of mix things up at the point guard position. And you had someone mind to dealt with Rubio and season team as a man all over.
And the Pistons hiring a new group now out there. Tolliver to the bucket.
Nice choke for long range. He keeps those options. He better take it.
And Morris in the corner. It's stolen by Johnson. And from Jackson in the fake. Here's Kennard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Patient, surveying the court, locate for the man.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Outside, Jones. It's Muhammad. Off line.
Already, they're speaking of this whole bench because of the pressure.
Here's Tolliver. Somehow ignores a tiny play. And now an 8-point Piston lead.
They're playing to the hoop now with consistency. I buckets in a row.
Good again that time. It's Royce Robinson from long range in the first quarter. Takes a 3. Kennard shows off. And it's shooting 50% here in the first quarter. Here's Crawford. Not enough on that one, is it? Pistons lead by 8. Johnson attacking. Muhammad with the steal. 1:31 left to play in the first quarter. Crawford's shot's good.
And good passing. Save a lot of these buckets right now.
In the triple. He can't get time. Timberwolves by 5. From outside. And Muhammad kicks to Bielitsa. Detroit with the rebound. That's a bridge. And Johnson. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. Kicks it out. Set to shoot. From deep. Sanchez. Here's Marjanovic. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Jones. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And the elbow is covered. Take a 13-footer, and he gets that one to go off of an iron.
Love watching Crawford shoot the ball. confidence he has in himself is what drives him.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pistons lead by 5. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
I mean, for one, you have to like the effort, especially on defense end.
There are several ways to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
Pistons leading by 5. On the go for the losses. Our second quarter is underway. We've got Josh Robert. Dang is out there by Elite. Then it's Jones. And it's Crawford at the shooting guard. Minnesota's shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And the bad boy Pistons, perhaps the greatest group this franchise put together. The most memorable in the history of the NBA. Smith, you play against those guys. What was it like?
Well, first of all, Kevin, I got a chance to grow up in Detroit watching these guys being around and being able to practice. I mean, they were a total high group. They had some great characters in Lambeer and Rod and Sal and two guys had microwave, but they played extremely hard. And obviously, the style of play was defense, rebound, and doing.
It's my lead. The rebound by Rodgers. Rodgers got his really tight.
And hard work on glass. You guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the back.
And somebody. Muhammad on the way. There's it from three-point range. He's got his first bucket of the game. He's on board for 3. Pistons leading by 5. There's the pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic to the center.
Yeah, I mean, he could try for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Muhammad. And it's there on the top. Detroit, they've gone extra through to start this out. And here it's out against Muhammad. Marjanovic hello, and defending. Marjanovic, no. He had 13 points against Indiana. That's a free fly. And that one, and the Pistons going the other way. This looks like a Staples set. That will start off the game road to the team. And count it, the shot is going to go to the free throw line.
And they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the different look here for Detroit. Andre Drummond's getting over. Harris comes in for Stanley Johnson. And Avery Bradley for Connor. Big group substitution now for Minn. He's checked in for Elite. And Gibbs comes in for Shabazz. Jay's checked in for Josh. And Teague in for
I love the complimentary aspect of the group. You know, you've got the young talent, but you brought in some extra leadership here for the Timberwolves. The duo of Wiggins and Carl kind of gave the confidence to the bottom player, a superstar like Jimmy Butler. They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
So this was called their first timeout. And where the core of this Timberwolves team is Wiggins Townsend. You know, rarely you get to see 2 number 1 overall picks team up early in their careers.
And how about back-to-back year? But I consider Jimmy Butler kind of a foundational piece as well. He's in conversation for the best shooting guard in the league.
John Lure, he's checked in for Detroit. Smith comes in for Reggie Jackson.
And when you're in catch-up mode, you can ill afford these kinds of errors.
I feel like they're getting ahead of themselves. Just need to rein in. Focus on each individual possession.
Over in the corner, Lure to the inside. Here's Drummond. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Drummond's got 8 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Gibson kicks the butt. They set the pick. T with a clean look. They get it again. Now there's the whistle blows and a just for 3-point play. Going to the line.
Their persistence for Todd, a tough player with a great feel for rebound basketball.
And they all said he's such a key player in the NBA. Your eyes, who are the most devastating players in the league.
The guys with the ball in hand is James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard. Some of the role guys are Blake, DeAndre Jordan, Draymond Green, because he can make a play with the basketball afterwards. And anytime you put best players in the pick and roll like LeBron James and Durant, they are definitely guys that makes defense really think about it.
Harris has the Pistons passing around. Lure inside, work on Gibson. And Lure gets out.
I'm sorry, that defense down low. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
T dishes away. Butler and Butler, here we go. Over Lure, but he gets it back. And so it looks like the Timberwolves rotating position here. And where the shots pick up tonight, here's a look broken down by Pete. Mid-range and 3-point shots so far for Detroit.
And clearly, this is a squad that makes its living in the paint. Few teams are as determined to get the ball inside as much as they are. They aren't going to sell the shot. They're going to continue to count it down low.
The heat you can even keep all defense.
This one for me. Andrew Wiggins pulls it in. Several trouble. He feeds it to Towns. Back to Wiggins. The one's off the mark.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed it to build this lead.
Harris gets to Luke. Dishes to Drummond. Feeds to Smith. On the way, Harris. She's a three. Here's Towns. No distance. Who's his fifth rebound in the game. Drummond passes to Brent. To the right side. Now here's Harris. He has 5. Wiggins. Harris again. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And the episode will away quickly if he does. Over to the wing. Releases from 15. And Drummond missing.
You know, like that. Clearly from there.
It's all Harris. He's his first
There's a physical player right now. He's on his frame. He's able to finish through contact.
Minnesota calls time out.
John Lord, not a player you think about twice, but he was a solid contributor. Not the greatest of defenders, but he'll always give you effort. Mostly deployed as a stretch forward.
Minnesota's gone 1-6 from the land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Here's against Wiggins. Towns sets a bit for Wiggins. It's planted his feet on the finish. Shield of Phil. And what's going to be more for an agency for him. I see it. Let's open his practice.
Solid has size and vision.
On the way, Wiggins. Finish to Towns. Minnesota's going to get down here. They get the rebound. Shot's good by Gibson. He's got his second bucket of the night.
Gibson, a force on the offensive glass. He's a worker. We saw it right there.
To the left wing. Back to Lure. Pointer, another referred to.
They've been getting a lot of plays outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Now T, 17 into the last out. Shot on the deck. Offensive rebound. Gibson. So whistle blows on the shot and 2 goes. The contact there.
And Gibson expresses this team. Fouls on the shot. What did one see for this last year? They were in the group and the playoffs the second time in years.
The Pistons, they need to get better. Change the season.
Cavs are at crossroads. They need to decide. They should understand it's time to rebuild. I look at the Pistons teams. The one thing they have to do is develop their guys.
Steve, you're known for your 3-point shooting. There's more teams like space the floor and shoot these. We've heard some legends, like Isaiah Thomas, for instance, complain that everyone's playing the same. What do you think?
I mean, like I said, we've definitely talked about it. Yes, guys, that's best. Everybody shoots. You got to give it down a high percent shoot the 3. But if you're a mid-range guy, you can be an all-star mid-range. Players work. That's all we're seeing. You got to defend around. You got to lock shot. Do other things. That's the way you can make it.
And really, have a team that got different things, ball handler, or rebounder, a screener, a shooter. It's a combination of those things instead of everything.
You're so right, Kevin. Even though we've been in 3-point era the last 2 or 3 years, we run the basketball and defend, still win basketball games for them.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. Timberwolves trailed by 15. And it's Jones. That's on the inside, Zhang.
And he hammered at him inside, forcing the ball to me.
Stojanovich. Stojanovich, the slam. Here's Muhammad. Pistons hit the other way.
No doubt he's struggling now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
That goes in there. Marjanovic has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
This risk is 7%.
They shot the ball, but it hasn't been taken.
Now 8 seconds from the 2 clock. Here's Marjanovic, and the layup is good.
And when they put him, he has room time. He's not getting him touches.
Timberwolves break 17. And here's Harper. He's coming in the Indiana. Offline, Michael.
You don't see that very often. Big space, but just facing the front.
And towards Detroit out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points of pain has made all the difference in this. The time out of the side sends over the hill to try to get away.
They shot the lights in the first half. What has to change?
I'll take the
It starts with back to you, Kevin.
All right, folks. We'll have to break. We'll see you back here in the quarter number 3.
Two cases halftime.
Here alongside Kilo Neal and Kenny Smith. There's a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of 1, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Their ability to get into the paint, get to the rim, attacking the basket. They lead attention for pounding inside as much as possible. I don't think it's going to be a paint-based attack.
What do you think about Minnesota?
They were way heavy on 3-point shot. A long game, but sorry. They were off, but they still put outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by inside and the basket.
And this one can do that. The second half begins.
back to the Palace. Still up the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. As we begin the second half, that wasn't close, guys. Let's see if there's comeback in our hands, or more of the same as we get third quarter start. Pistons by 17. Smith right there in the backcourt. Who are in together, and it's at the feet. That's the group Detroit now. Trying his luck deep. It's rebounded by Towns. The Timberwolves shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. For three. Rebound, Detroit. Brewers got 6 rebounds here tonight. Harris kicks to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
The power this young man generates at the rim. Drummond is explosive.
Here's Teague. Knocked away. And now Bradley running all the way. Yep, that was has got his same bucket.
That play we've seen tonight just simply outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turn it into easy goals.
Teague kicks to Butler. Back to Teague from outside the arc. Hits the three-point bomb.
And you can tell Teague was looking for a shot on that play. Always had his hands up, ready to catch and fire.
The feed to Drummond. And that's going to be a flagrant unnecessary contact.
And that's a dangerous right now. I see a put on the way as best as you there. Glad they the play.
The officials are all over that time. That free throw.
Two things that you want for some are rebounding and defense. Drummond can provide both. Let's bring up the defense. It can be hit at times.
He's looking to transition, such as lightening the finish of the path foul to allow 6 to
So I think about defense. I think have a guy out there. I think who's right now. I want to see danger guys are in the basketball because if I allow him, he gets a chance to get a bucket and shots at the end of the game in a huge game, which they all are. Sometimes you want to be a solid guy, but if he's in front of you, I like the way the rules are right now.
Wiggins dishes to Towns. Over Drummond. Towns, no luck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's
At the rim, Tobias with a solid vertical to do this.
The Timberwolves trailed by 20. Gibson the screen. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Wide open. And it's Lure with the rebound. Lure's got 8 rebounds in this game. Smith for 3. Connects from three-point range. Smith's got 5.
And this is the shot Smith's been working on. Hard to get time in the backcourt these days if you can't hit it from range.
And the Timberwolves call time.
And you want to see a team cut you this way, get a good timeout.
Some of this is just a toughness, a willingness to put aside something they're not seeing.
Looking here at some numbers for Smith, how he performed last season. Averaged about 9 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Back are always at position, and he feels that role beautiful.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
And Towns gets it to go.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Butler on the way, guarded by Bradley. The kick out to Teague. All alone. Good on the jump shot. Teague's got 5 points in the quarter. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Smith against Teague. Bradley kicks to Drummond. And there's the 3-second violation.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Coming off a terrific season. 5th in steals, 14th in scoring, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 free throw percentage.
And to point out, he was top 5 in steals last season. Just a lethal combination of great throw ability and acute mental preparation. The kick out to Teague. Offensive rebound, Towns, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
For a player with his size, Towns has been very comfortable at free throw line. And that's a good thing because he finds himself there quite a bit. And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20 and 10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's able to do other great things in the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on sophomore season stats, he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
Pass to Drummond. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Towns with the defensive effort. Here's Gibson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
And the Timberwolves, a team that is evolving how you imagine they would with Tibbs running things here. Deliberate approach on both ends of the floor and really looking to dominate the rebounding margins.
Greg, in the areas you just talked about, rebounding and pace, the Timberwolves are very much where they want to be.
Yeah, the team just looks to make the most out of their possessions and try to beat you through efficiency. They have players that can get easy transition points when the opportunity presents itself. But in general, they aren't trying to speed the game up.
And Drummond kicks to Lure. Detroit, no good that time either. Timberwolves trail by 17. Wiggins passes to Teague. Towns, the screen. Towns, a screen on Harris. Baseline J on the way. Second shot opportunity.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the head pass. Give someone else a chance.
On the way, Harris. To end the drought. Rebound, Minnesota. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Butler kicks to Towns. Gibson the screen. The fadeaway. Another miss by Towns.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Drummond dishes to Lure. Nice ball movement by Detroit. For 3, Smith. And Drummond kicks to Smith. Over deep. And it's Smith again.
Just has had his night, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Wiggins right side. Avery brings it in.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
So for the Pistons, Marjanovic comes in for Andre Drummond, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Smith. Minnesota also making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Gibson. Crawford comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and Jones subbed in for Teague. Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for Lure. And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Towns.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
4 on the clock. That's a 2 from Butler. Hits the front of the rim and out. Pistons leading by 17. Pass to Johnson. Trying to get back on track. A little shot fake there. Got the D out of position.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
You know, there's nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
And Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Bielitsa, he checks in for Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Muhammad in for Butler. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Trailing by 19. There's a screen. Clock at 6. Jones for 3. Avery Bradley pulls it in. Detroit's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. And the pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Timberwolves trailed by 21. Jones, the pass to Muhammad. Jang with the screen for Muhammad. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Outside Jackson. To the left side wing. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. For three, Harris. Minnesota with the rebound.
And that's rough. He did have 3 in the first half, but hasn't had one since.
And Muhammad has it in the corner. No good with the triple. Pistons leading by 21. Here's Bradley. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. Bradley's got 4 this quarter.
And this is what he likes. It's most of the in-between area.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Violeta, three-pointer is right on target. Violeta's got his first 3-point game. For Detroit, they've gone 7 for 16 in the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Bradley kicks to Marjanovic. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shoots over Muhammad. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And this is one of those times where it's got to be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised shots.
Here's Crawford, and it's blocked by Dudley. They get it back. Here's the screen. Jones kicks to Crawford. He dishes it to Jang. Jones against Jackson. They shoot again. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Avery Bradley. Last year, getting it done. He put in about 16 points a game last year, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
I totally agree. He has the IQ and the ability to take it up another level anytime he wants.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
And he throws it right out of bounds. Careless mistake.
A different look here for Detroit. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Kennard in for Bradley. And a change for the Timberwolves. Towns is checked in. Jackson against Jones. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Minnesota. Ball's knocked loose. Crawford dishes to Teague. Clock at 6. Here's Muhammad. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Muhammad's got 5 points so far. Pistons leading by 18. Inside. The 3. That's good from Teague on the assist by Jang. And that's now 11 points for Teague.
If you give Teague enough room out there beyond the arc, he won't hesitate to make you pay.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
Keep the ball moving. Quick decisions. Get the ball from side to side. Set better screens. Defensively, we got to do a much better job. Let's get on the glass.
Quick tune-up there from Tom Thibodeau. Wants to see improvement in a number of areas.
Yeah, and to me, it comes down to better execution across the board. Each guy needs to hold himself accountable for his part in bigger scheme.
And we'll get away here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard, the story in this matchup. But let's see how much things change here. 5 for the Timberwolves start the fourth. Down low, it's Jang and Towns. Teague out there with Crawford. And it's in at the 3 slot. Teague with Towns. Puts it up from 15. He can't get that one. And Detroit the other way now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. There's Jackson with the 3. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Marjanovic. And he can't bank that one in. Shot from the wing. Crawford with another miss.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Towns, the screen. Kicks it to Crawford. Here's the three. Teague can't hit. Detroit leading by 19. Inside. Dives for it. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. Here's Smith. He's checked in for the Pistons. And a change for the Timberwolves. Andrew Wiggins. He's checked in for Muhammad. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. To the left wing. Tolliver for three. Hits it from three-point range.
And this is his shot. You give him that much space, you're asking for trouble.
And the problem is you're already way behind. Obviously, your closeouts are ineffective. You're in trouble.
Will it go? Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And that's 10 points for Andrew Wiggins.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Out to the wing. Marjanovic down low, defended by Towns. And Marjanovic with the slam.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Just his first attempt. And the shot falls short this time. Pistons leading by 22. On the wing, Jackson. Fires from deep. Goes back up. Marjanovic, no good. For Minnesota, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Towns, a screen on Smith. Teague kicks to Towns. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Pulls it up. Kennard's shot is off. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And it's Towns on the follow.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Over to the left wing. Deep 2 from Tolliver. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Timberwolves trailed by 20. Teague with the ball. Now Smith defending. Dishes to Crawford. He kicks it to Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Again, Wiggins missing. The Pistons have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Jackson. Crawford with the steal. To the middle. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Hacked and still knocked it down. Nice composure.
And still varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether half-court transition, he can flat out fill it up in a hurry.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Timberwolves. Butler comes in for Jamal Crawford. And that one misses. And Wiggins, his young career, just getting better and better at scoring, Greg, while increasing his workload.
Yeah, and very few scorers can do that, especially from that 2-guard spot. Wiggins has that special talent where he can flat out carry an offense. Scary to think that this is a kid who is just scratching the surface.
Do you see the frame on Andre Drummond? Easy for me to see why he can shed off so many defenders inside. He's incredibly strong. Hard to stop when he gets near the rim.
throw, good. Drummond. And the strength of Andre Drummond, you talked about it, Steve. It's not just upper body, but lower body as well. He can open up a lot of space if he gets the ball down low.
You know, once he gets it in the paint, there's nothing you can do. His footwork off the block is coming along well. It's a process for him to refine his moves.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Detroit leading by 21. Bradley kicks to Smith. And good that time.
Is he skinny? You bet. But Ish with enough strength to finish through contact.
Minnesota's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Teague dishes to Butler. Wiggins outside. Towns a screen on Harris. Here's Wiggins, rejected by Harris.
You don't see a lot of block shots from Harris, so enjoy that one.
And Bradley gets it to go on the assist by Drummond.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
In the corner, Gibson with it. It's taken away by Smith. From deep. Offensive rebound. And Lure kicks to Drummond. Gets a hand on it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
To stop the run, Towns. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Andre